Centuries ago, a toy maker set out to build the perfect puzzle box. A gift that would bring enchantment to all who possessed it. He never dreamed that this simple toy was the key to the gates of hell.
Oh my God.
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?
Now, centuries later, a scientist has unlocked its secret. And the battle for the future of mankind is about to be fought across the boundaries of time. Welcome to Oblivion, Hellraiser, Bloodline.
Key numbers in the NFL are 3, 7, 10, and 14.
You know how we do in Detroit, son? We do nothing but win.
Ready
I'm ready.
to bite some kneecaps. Ah!
Who's got it better than we do?
Nobody. It's a close game.
The Taylor Heineke life. Yeah!
I love this pick. Tampa has been overrated all season long, and the people who make the books are still on this. They got blown out by Blake Purdy. Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know.
If you want to be part of the show. Hey, Tinker's a Bills fan, though, so.
He is a Bills fan. Josh Allen's a boyfriend. The spread's the way to go. You just have to know how to bet it. Hey, welcome to another episode of Math versus. Here it comes.
This guy.
Smash.
Motorcade.
Motorcade.
I'm pumped for the fantasy basketball draft.
That'll be good. Anything new about the Detroit sports or Michigan sports in general that wasn't last week would be a good.
Yeah, we don't want to talk. Well, edit a lot of people.
That's all I got left. I got the wings up because it's all I got.
Well, it is what it is. It was a tough place to go in and win a ball game, always is. And while I do think that there was some home cooking, that tends to happen. You tend to get some home cooking, and the team needs to expect that. So I know that Dan Campbell probably said the same thing. Tough loss. You'll host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next weekend at home, and there's nothing like getting right at home. So,
no, sorry, Steven. This is not the place to talk
we
about
don't talk college football on here, Steven Stamper. first time
this
watcher.
Steven Stamper. Steven.
And it has not happened. No, it hasn't happened in 70 years. 70 years.
Been a while. It's whatever. We always knew that was going to be a tough place to play.
Yeah, and it honestly, I do wish that I bought shares. Of course, Patrick Mahomes, getting shares of him for MVP is like, you never make money on it.
Yeah, but he's
So,
still, yeah. You might. I mean,
Yeah.
Mahomes this year, you might have been able to get a little bit of it in the early goings. If you
He's
believe they've
averaging
done
the
that.
most yards per game of his entire career. He's being extremely efficient. And honestly, their offense looked like it's rounding out finally, that they got people healthy. Kudos to them. Their offense looked good, even while they were holding.
It happens. Yeah, Detroit was obviously one of my losers last week.
Yeah.
Thought they could win that game. Thought wrong team favored. Things happened. Denver just did not cover against the Jets because I mean, international games are tough, but they just played with their food and just did not execute on offense. Negative 10 yards for the Jets on passing. Pretty interesting there.
That's an interesting stat. And also I hear that
they're negative 10 yards and I don't win my bet. How is that even possible?
I don't know. The other part is like I hear Breece Hall's on the trade block. I hope Sauce Gardner is, because I wouldn't mind the Detroit Lions acquiring him. I think he would be worth going out and getting. The Jets, they're not a hard team to figure out, but they're a hard team to win the bet, I think.
Another team that I lost on was Duval, unfortunately. I said I didn't want to be the one holding the bag with the Jaguars. But
I took the Jags last week, so
the Rams are just good. Seattle's just a very good, solid team, and I think Jacksonville is an opportunistic team, and I just think it was a bad matchup. But I did like Seattle coming all the way to Jacksonville. I thought maybe that would give us enough.
Same, and I think that Jackson Smith-Njigba is for real. He has arrived. So kudos to Seattle for being a much better football team than they should have been.
And then my last big loss to the game we all anticipated was Philadelphia just getting absolutely destroyed
we said that. We said that. Like, we said that when they have a problem. And the other part was this. They are not going to win. I've said it for years, and you know this, and Tom will hate me for saying it, but I don't care. Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback. I don't care. He could win 5 Super Bowls, and I'm never gonna put the crown on him. Like, he threw the ball 33 times, and that's not winning football for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have to be able to throw, but if they're throwing the ball 33 times, I'm going to say that the Eagles are going to lose that game every time.
Wait, raise your hand if your team won this week.
Yep, I'm going to count that as a dub.
Okay.
Big, meaty dub.
Max, where's your...
Jake's team didn't win yet.
Max, where's your hand?
Team didn't win yet. Your team didn't win either.
Did you not listen to the sports podcast that we're doing? We won because all the teams around us in the draft happened to win.
We won because the Chiefs lost.
Max, so your hand wasn't raised. Is there an issue?
Sad Max.
Sad Max.
He was.
It's really just a proxy for sad Tom for us.
It's really just a proxy for sad. Tom was pretty sad. He didn't even talk about it. So
Philadelphia and Michigan both had a rough sports weekend.
I will say, I think even going, I think I went 10-5 with my bets.
I did not do well. But Tampa continues to pay dividends.
But I lost my
me.
Lions parlay. I never lose a Lions parlay. I lost my Lions parlay because they didn't win. I hit every other mark. They didn't win.
Yeah, Tampa ended up being very good against. I think San Francisco is going to struggle against good teams, especially when they're beat up. And then Pittsburgh just continues to roll.
The black magic,
the voodoo magic, and Rodgers is looking a little bit more comfortable. I mean, he's still old, but I mean, the Pittsburgh's definitely going to go to the playoffs, I think. Especially with the Ravens as down as they are.
Yep. I'm with you.
So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great week. It was 2-4 on the ones that I actually laid on. Unfortunately, Denver and Detroit and Jacksonville pooped the bed, and Philly really pooped the bed against the exciting Whites. But we'll talk about the exciting Whites later. We got some crayon eaters in the NFL again.
I love it. I like I am a big Scatterbo fan. He'll only be in the NFL for 2 or 3 years, but I'm a big fan.
Dude, that dude might last less time than Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, but enjoy it while we can.
Man.
I like the spread here.
I like the Steelers here just fine. Yeah, I think the Steelers can cover at least 7. They're on the road.
They've already played internationally.
How far is it from or is this? Oh no, this is. How far is Pittsburgh to Cincinnati? What, like that's a 3-hour drive, maybe 4?
Maybe a 3-hour drive. I didn't like Pittsburgh. I gotta hand it to him. Mike Tomlin. The standard is the standard. Now, do I think that they have built a program this year? No, everybody's ancient. Like, I'm not already looking to next year.
The problem with Tomlin is he continues to get old players and he continues to go 10-6, right, or 10-7, or whatever you call it now. And
I don't think they're built to win in the playoffs, but I could be wrong. They can't run the ball super well. Like, Aaron Rodgers has yet to pass for over 250 yards in a game. You know, I don't like, but they're going to beat the Bengals.
Better, but it's definitely fragile.
Joe Flacco was a good acquisition for the Cincinnati Bengals. I watched that game, and is there any team that dude can't play for? Like,
Joe can still wing the ball, and he's still a good processor. As long as you put him behind an offensive line, he can do it. Unfortunately, since he doesn't have it,
so it doesn't allow him. I was impressed. They almost won that game.
Like, nothing against Goff, because Goff is a completely different player in a lot of respects. But like, I think if you put our man there behind the Lions offensive line, Wacko for Flacco, I think he'd do all right.
I mean, he wouldn't be as good as Goff, but like,
no, not even close. But like, I think he would be a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah, it's kind of wild because I thought for sure this would be a disaster for the Bengals, and it wasn't. He found Jamar Chase for a great touchdown, and I guarantee it was assist. It's the kind of thing where like Jamar Chase went in the huddle and just said, "Throw me the damn ball," and then Joe Flacco, because he's a veteran, he did, and it's impressive, but it's not going to be impressive enough to hold off the Steelers. They're going to sack him a lot.
Flacco is. I don't think these 40-year-old quarterbacks could play in the 90s, but I think in the way that the violence against quarterbacks is deterred, I think they really can play in this era.
Lions got a BS call on roughing the passer too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't be playing into their 40s. It's not Brett Favre, right? They're not Iron Men. But
no, it really is just they just don't get hit at the same level as they used to, and they can stay around longer. And if you can process, which a lot of these young quarterbacks can't do in the offensive styles that they're being taught, you're a 40-year-old quarterback who's going through his reads. I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, it's kind of.
I'm impressed. I like Jamar Chase this week to score a touchdown and have 80 yards against the Pittsburgh secondary that has given up yardage. But the Bengals are going to lose. I mean,
oh, mama, I can hear you crying. You're so scared and all alone.
The standard is the standard, and the man just keeps rolling on.
I like my clip better this year. I like the second clip I've gotten. This was a better cut. Yeah. See, I like Jacksonville again.
International game. I don't know, man. Why isn't this 2.5?
Because they want you to bet Jacksonville.
That's it. They want you to bet Jacksonville. I'm taking the Rams. They're going to win the game, and I think they could win it by more than a touchdown. The difference is like I don't know. Jacksonville's still a question mark, just like we said last week. You don't want to be. I'm just not buying into them still. It's really hard.
See, here's the thing, though. Jacksonville is actually a team that is well acquainted with playing overseas.
That's a huge part, but it's not like Matt Stafford is some rook going out there.
No, but he's still. I mean, I don't think. How often have the Rams ever went over to? The Lions never went overseas.
They did. They played one, and it was against the Jaguars. And remember, the Jaguars blew them out.
Yeah, I believe that. So even more so. Matt
Yeah.
Stafford's bad against the Jaguars. That's what you just told me.
Maybe, but like I like the Rams. They're just a better football team, and their offense is good.
Duval.
That's like. Are you laying the Jags?
Yeah, I said I like the 3. I mean, I know it's rat, but that's what my system tells me to play, and I am giving just a little bit of a hint of Jacksonville home field advantage, just at the sense that they have played overseas more than any other team.
I feel like the Jaguars like have an international fan base.
They do, because they're the team we always send over there.
Like that's wild to me, and I don't know if their owner Shah is just like willing to do it. I don't know what those conversations are, but the Rams are just a better football team. That's I gotta believe that the better
team to London will all figure it out. That's what it's really going to be. No, they don't need two teams in Florida. They'll move the Jacksonville Jaguars to London, and that'll be it.
Hopefully, better grass. Oh, just off firing your coach, playing the coach that you fired. Yeah, I like the Patriots to cover this.
I do too. My only problem is the dead cat bounce here. And generally, for whatever reason, interim coaches do pretty well in the NFL for one game. I just don't want to bet it.
Did you see the rocket that Drake May threw to the end zone, though?
Oh, yeah, he's great. I just like it at 6.5. You give me 6.5, sure. Tennessee's at home. Patriots are literally flying as high as ever. People are talking about them winning 12 games this year based on their schedule, if not more.
They have an easy schedule. The other part is that like Cam Ward after the game last week just shredded his team. Dude, you are a rookie. Your job is to shut your mouth and play football. Like if I were his offensive lineman in the first play, I'd be like, Olay.
Like, yeah, I mean, I really am conflicted with this one just because I just don't like the spot. This is similar to what you just said with Jacksonville, right? Give me 6.5 and I'm all over it. I just think the Patriots on the road, as highly rated as they have been in the entire season, it just feels like a letdown spot. But maybe not. Maybe in the fact that Drake May is a really good quarterback and he's proving it. And maybe because obviously they're well coached. Maybe
like our rule, right? Better coach, better quarterback.
Better coach, better quarterback. Maybe it's worth 7. I guess I make it 8. I'm just off. I want 6.5. I don't want to lay 7. You're probably going to win 7 most of the time. I just don't know. It wasn't.
Oh, hold on.
It's all right. Yeah, I mean, but that's just my thoughts on the Patriots. I think I just don't want to be caught holding the bag. I think Jacksonville actually gets a little more credit or a little less credit than they should have, and gives us +3. I just like the number better.
I
really like the Vikings here. I think they're the wrong team favored.
Really?
If not close to a pick 'em, I'm not trying to be that hard on the Eagles, but man, they did not look good against a division rival, and now you're going home to Minnesota. Minnesota is really hard to beat at home.
Play the clip. I'm calling.
Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know.
That's the wrong clip. That's the wrong clip.
Oh, you're making it the.
This is called Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and this is my Stone Cold Lock of the Century. I'm not allowed to say the name because someone copyrighted it.
Carson Wentz is banged up. Vikings will not run the ball against this defense. They just won't. It'll be Justin Jefferson in the cubes no matter what. Eagles will control the clock, run the ball, win by definitely more than a field goal. They're giving the Eagles a 1.5 point spread against the Vikings, who have looked extremely beatable. I want the Eagles.
The Giants also look extremely beatable when they lost to the Saints.
Well, yes, but I gotta believe in a team that just won the Super Bowl going into Minnesota, sure, off a bye, whatever. But the Eagles still have a great defense. It's not like last week was the case. It was the outlier.
I just like that I'm getting plus money on a toss-up, in my opinion. I think Minnesota's just.
You really see it as a toss-up?
How not? It's not like Minnesota's that bad.
Their defenses look suspect. Carson Wentz turns the ball over all the time. The only reason they bet in games is coming from behind it, and like the Eagles aren't going to let them do that. Are we sniffing a bet here?
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm going to throw a bet on Minnesota, a team I don't even fucking like. Absolutely not. It's not the point. It's just. All right.
I gotta believe that the Eagles are going to bounce back after a rare loss against the Giants. Play out of their minds, and if anything, I kind of like the over in this.
I mean, I have Philly at a 10 win. I have Minnesota at 8-9. So you're probably right. I like Minnesota here. I don't know why. I like them off the bye. They're probably a little healthier than Philadelphia. Philadelphia just looks a little lost right now, and I'm just looking to see if Minnesota can capitalize. I don't know. I like the plus money. Playing a lot of numbers this week.
All the numbers. Woof. I do not like the Chiefs with a big spread.
No, it's too high. Make them 12-point favorites. I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how many interceptions Geno throws, but it's always a sneaky DFS play. Just playing against the Raiders now that they're generating like at least 3 or 4 points a game off of interceptions alone.
Like it. The Chiefs will be cooking, so but I don't think 11.5 points is doable. Is it doable? I don't know. I'm off it.
Plenty doable. I mean, the Raiders could turn it over twice and be down 21-0 pretty quickly, and then they just fold into themselves because the defense gives up. And it's always a possibility. That's anytime you have more than 10 points, it's essentially what the market's expecting to happen. It's like, okay, this team's so bad it folds and it doesn't even like work for the backdoor cover.
Is Rashee Rice active now?
Yeah,
when he gets back,
yeah, he activated in week 6. I bet you he's more of a decoy this week, just because he's getting back into the team. But
they said they are going to give him a heavy workload.
Maybe, I'm sure Andy Reid has never lied in his life about his offensive strategy.
Oh man,
I don't want it.
I don't want it. I watched the game last week just because I wanted to know the Panthers a lot better. I want that all day.
You watched it at home though.
It's not like it's a big drive from Carolina to the Met Field. The Jets look like they are a team in absolute chaos. The only reason they're getting 1.5 points is because they're at home.
Well, they're not giving. They're getting 1.5 points. You're giving 1.5 points.
Yeah, giving the Panthers are going to ride their running backs to victory in this game, and it's going to be my more than a touchdown probably.
I think this might be where the Jets get their first win. I think the Carolina Panthers are gonna lay an egg.
How many weeks are we going to say that?
I don't know until they get them.
Until they get them, you got to win the game. To win the game, you got to win the game.
To win the game, don't worry, we'll get to this guy. Don't worry about that guy.
I don't
have much to say about this game. If it was any other team outside of like the Raiders, I would probably lay them. It's just Carolina on the road has been so horrendous this year, and I don't know why. I don't know if
they're young. They're a really young team.
Bad or what, but it's very strange. I don't know. I just don't like laying the Panthers here. I don't like laying the Panthers as a favorite.
What to make of this mess?
Not with your money, buddy.
He was really frustrated at the just like he's as I was, and we talked about the challenge ahead to get ready for the Chargers, and that was kind of the extent of it.
Isn't this guy supposed to be smart? Wasn't the whole point was that he was really intelligent?
Somebody's going to get one heck of an offensive coordinator. I'll tell you that. But wow, I don't want to bet this game because Dylan Gabriel looked terrible last week.
You don't want to catch the falling knife here. You don't want to bet the 2 worst teams in the NFL possibly.
No, I mean, if it weren't for the Titans, they'd be fighting for the bottom spot, right? Like,
for these 2 fan bases, I don't know if this would be on TV.
I did like, no. I mean, I got nothing to say other than, I mean, I don't even want to play either team in DFS.
Judkins might do really well.
I maybe Wait, Devon A-Chain. He's like
Cleveland's rush defense is pretty good though, and if they're going to come in,
I mean they are.
And if they're going to come in and just run Judkins, I mean, look at how bad Miami's defense was against Rico Dowdle. I mean, why can't Judkins do the same thing?
He should be able to. I don't know. I've been wrong about the Dolphins more than I've been right, and I've been definitely wrong about the Browns more than I've been right. So
I've been right about the Dolphins the whole season. I said they suck.
You have.
They do
right.
suck.
They are bad. It's a bad football team. I guess maybe like if I were going to play somebody, it'd be Judkins or maybe Waddle.
Waddle's been getting a lot of
he's been getting volume, that's for certain, and Devon A-Chain, but I don't think A-Chain finds maybe if like catches a screen pass for a touchdown or something.
Well, that's the other thing. This offense has been terrible, like just inefficiency in moving the ball. Like they'll move it like halfway across the field and then they'll just die. They just don't score points when they're supposed to.
Maybe
both these teams, I could say the same thing. It's like their offenses just die once they get on the other side of the 50 and they don't have room anymore.
It's just lack of talent, right? Like they just don't have talent. It's crazy. Darren Waller, don't play Darren Waller this week. I know he's had like this resurgence of his career. The Browns are great against tight ends. They shut down Laporta. Don't play Darren Waller. There we go. That's what I have to say about this game. Don't play Darren Waller this week.
And I'm not going to lay minus numbers with Dylan Gabriel. It's not happening.
Have the Bears become a problem?
I'm glad it's under 7 because it's definitely the 4.5 is the way I lean. I just want it to be lower, and it has moved lower. It opened at I think it opened at 6, and it's already moved to 4.5.
Look at the over on this. Do they really think? Why is the over at 47.5?
Because the Bears can score 30, and it's a Ben Johnson offense.
I guess. And I like the Bears to win. I didn't where our Chicago people aren't around today.
I haven't seen any of them, but I mean, they'll eventually see it. But yeah, I mean, Chicago is just, I think they're the one this week in this bet. I have it all the way up to 8. Like, I think Chicago's just a much better team. I moved them up another tier based on what they did against Washington. They look like the better team against Washington all day long, and they won.
Jaden Daniels threw a fit on the sideline. He's having sophomore slump for sure.
I mean, he still scored 20 fantasy points. It's fine. He just threw a bad pick, and there was that really bad handoff. I mean,
yeah,
they made some mistakes. Young players made mistakes. You have a rookie running back and a second-year quarterback. I mean, that'll happen. Washington is going through it all. Teams that peak at the right time are going through in their season after. It's just like, okay, so now you have to play all these tougher teams, and your quarterback's got all this film on them. So it's just it's just different. And so
I still don't want to see him in the playoffs.
I still think Chicago's defense has some weaknesses, but I just don't think the Saints are enough to push them to keep them within a score.
The Saints have no offense.
Taysom Hill might fall into the end zone, I guess. I don't know.
Oh boy.
This is another one of those situations I feel like
I can't wait to see what you say, because like I don't know what to make of the Giants. One week they look like they are going.
I don't know. I just think the Giants have to be valuable here in some way, and the fact that that's an under 40 game in the NFL. So you're getting 39.5 and you got to win by 7. There's only so many scenarios where that happens.
Yeah, that's it. Do they really think it's going to be like a?
It's not like the Giants have had trouble scoring in the past 2 weeks either.
Yeah, I like the over. That's how I bet this. Good point. Like Broncos can
Denver's
score.
defense is really good, but I think they're being overrated based on playing the Jets.
Well, the other part is that like
I think if you catch the Jets on a bad day, any team can get sacked 10 times. I just don't think Jackson Dart's pretty mobile.
The Broncos could score 30 points by themselves. And Dart has been electric. Scatabo won't find room running, but he is great out of the backfield. Like, maybe the Giants deserve more credit than a 39.5 over. I mean,
I just can't believe a game with Jameis Winston in it is under 40 points.
You're still banging the Jameis Winston drum. They got their quarterback, man. Jackson Dart is the guy.
Well, then send him on.
To what? For whom?
I don't know. It's kind of crazy that Russell Wilson went in and like threw two terrible passes. Dable comes and gets them. Why is Jameis not getting on the field?
Because Jackson Dart.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Jackson Dart was hurt, and they still put Russell Wilson back there.
They paid Jameis over $2 million, and they also paid Russell, I think, $8 million.
I'm pretty sure Jackson Dart had a concussion and went back in the game. So
yeah, they're going to be in trouble for that one.
It's not great. But yeah, I mean, I think there's some scoring in this game. I think it lends itself to the +7 as well. I make it 8. It's 7. It's close. If no one's scoring in this game, I don't know how you're going to get to that much unless the Giants just don't score. I guess is what
maybe. I guess they think that the Broncos defense is so strong. I don't like either. 7's rat. So like.
So yeah, you'd go like
6.5. I'd take the Broncos at 6.5. And if it was 7.5, I'd take the Giants.
Take the Giants at 7 or 7.5. The worst is you push. I'm not over concerned about pushing. Oh, here we go.
Oh man, play it.
Ah, whatever. This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Cardinals. MHJ, you belong with us. This is our team. Go Colts!
I have a nerd moment every time you play that clip because it should be these are our Colts. It should be plural.
No, this is our Colts.
No, it's this is our team. Collective noun. These are our Colts. Plural.
Maybe.
That's what it is.
I kind of like the Colts here. I just don't know between Steichen and Jim, even though I'm wearing his jersey, I don't know how much of a coaching advantage there is. Obviously, I think Herbert's a better quarterback than Danny Dimes, but Indianapolis is playing really well, and the Chargers have been the wounded like Warriors for a couple weeks now. Between them and Tampa, I don't know who has more injuries.
Steve, I will never make a Lions video like that ever. This is how I'm laying it. And actually, the number one reason, the thing that nobody's really talked about, Colts defense has played really, really well.
Yeah, they're a talented team.
I do not sing songs like that. I do sing the fight song every time they score.
Forward down the field,
the charging team that will not yield. Yes, every time. But the Colts defense has played way better than expected. And sure, Danny Dimes is a surprise. Jonathan Taylor is playing offensive MVP quality football. Like, that matters. The Chargers, their offensive line is still really, 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 really banged up. I think it's wild that they're on their third and fourth running backs and somehow still getting 200 yards rushing a game. That's amazing. I don't think they can do that against the Colts. I really don't. I think that's going to be what matters. And so I'm taking the team that's going to run the ball better and more to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Chargers can beat bad teams in this condition, but I don't think they can beat good teams in this condition, and that's where I'm at. Like, I think Jim Harbaugh can outcoach his way past Mike McDaniels. I don't think he can outcoach himself past a good Colts team and Shane Steichen. That's where I get worried.
Fair.
But the Colts are traveling a really long way, and the last time they lost was on the West Coast.
On the West Coast, yeah. So we'll see. I gotta believe their defense is gonna shut down that run game with just a lack of. I mean, Tom will kill me for saying this, but Hassan is your backup coming in as a change of pace back. That's your answer, is Hassan? Like, I can't even remember the guy that started. He did rush for $148, but like
Vidal, it's Vidal who people like last year. Hampton's not going to be back for at least 5 to 6 weeks, if at all. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the walking wounded. It's one thing to run against the Miami Dolphins. It's a whole nother thing to run against the
Colts defense has looked solid, and I just don't think they can do that against the Colts. And if you're going to rely on your passing game, out of the two passing games, I think the Colts have the much better passing game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It'll really be. I think it'll stay tight. I think Indianapolis has more talent at the end of the day currently.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the perfect line, right?
Like it's a touchdown. So,
see, I like it the other way. I think Arizona hasn't played a game under a touchdown this season. I don't care if they haven't won or lost.
The Packers defense. Forget for a second about their offensive struggles. The Packers defense looks real, and despite the fact that the Bengals could have won that game, the Packers defense played really well the whole game. Now they have some offensive, and nobody's really talking about their offensive struggles. They all want to crown them, and I'm not there. I'm not crowning the Packers. You know that. But their defense looks real, and the Cardinals just don't have it. You know, they really miss James Conner a lot, and I think that people underestimate the impact that James Conner had on that offense.
This is very much a numbers play again. I'm getting Arizona with just around a touchdown. I want 7.5 though. I guess that's where I'm stuck. You're getting underneath. Maybe that is where the Green Bay.
It's not like the Packers kick field goals.
Just don't make the Packers that. I'm just high in Arizona as a covering team. I think they're so good at covering, even with, for whatever reason, Gannon's just so good at scoring and garbage time and making it so hard to cover more than a touchdown.
And Kyler, I mean, it's the other part. Kyler might not play again. Now, what's weird, if we had an answer right now that Kyler wasn't playing, I might lay the Cardinals.
I don't think he is.
It's up in the air right now. But
Kyler's the king of the backdoor cover.
That's why I would. It's not. They look better with Jacoby Brissett than they do with Kyler Murray.
I don't deny that in any way, shape, or form.
That's the crazy part. Is like, I think Gannon would look like a better football coach with a standard quarterback that isn't Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a way to scheme with him. That's the problem. He plays so off script that it's just impossible to keep anything going.
That's why Connor was such an important part to the offense. It's like he was the scheme, right? And like they just don't have the talent at running back to make the Packers two-dimensional on defense. The Packers do not have to worry about rushing more than 4 against this offense.
Cardinals haven't been blown out yet. I'm willing to pay to see it. That's really my take on this. Is the Cardinals have covered every single spread. It's like the Lions the year that they weren't very good, but like Dan Campbell just wouldn't go away.
The year they went 8-9.
Yeah. Where they just were covering every spread though.
I can't believe I'm saying this. And actually, I'm going to go here for the plus because I actually think the Cowboys win this football game. I hate saying that. I hate betting the Cowboys. Dak Prescott probably should be getting at least a little bit of MVP conversation. And
you're probably on the right side of this, just in the fact that neither team can play defense, so it's just who scores less, I guess. And you're getting value. Obviously,
they might be getting CeeDee Lamb back this week. George Pickens has played really well in his absence. Williams at running back has been a find for them. Their offensive line looks good. And Ferguson at tight end, I mean, right now he's leading the league at the tight end position. So I gotta believe that in a shootout, which this will be. Look at the over. I don't want to bet that over. That's a crazy over. I'm not going to bet the over, but in a shootout, I think the Cowboys have more weapons and more consistent weapons right now.
You win that shootout in a 27-30.
It's
not that unreasonable, but I understand what you mean. I think both teams score for sure. Dak's always been good against the Commanders too. That's the other thing.
Why isn't Dak getting any of the MVP conversation?
Dallas's record isn't good enough.
Is that
what I don't think they're going to do enough in the NFC. It's just too tough of a division.
I hate him. I hate Dak. I've always said he's overrated. When he got paid, I was like, really, you're going to pay this guy that really hasn't done anything in the NFL other than put up stats? And he looks great. I hand it to him. The offense looks great. Granted, their defense is.
They're 2-3-1 for a reason, man. Yeah. I think the Commanders get a bounce here. That's the only thing I'm scared of. I think there's a very good possibility that Dallas turns back into the bad team they are. Somehow the light shines in the wrong direction in the stadium, and here we are with another Dallas just absolute collapse. It isn't on prime time. Well, it's game of the week, but it's not technically prime time. So, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I think I understand if you bet on either side of this. I don't think there's a clear-cut way, but it is a very bettable game as it's sitting at a 2.5 line.
I like this for daily. Like you.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is everyone else does too.
I know. Like we're not the only ones, right? Like it. Sometimes it's like that, but the other part is this: I think if you don't have shares of people in this game, you don't win. There's no way you win this week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate Scotty Scheffler sacrifice, right? It's like if I don't play the player that wins every week or score or the over that is over the highest over in the week, then am I missing the players that score the highest? Which isn't always the case. If
I happened to me last week, I was one player away from making decent money in DFS in every league I was in, and like I just didn't. I missed the one player, you know.
This game could go over though, and you could actually end up with an icicle, right? Like if you had the command, or if you had it and this ends up 27-30, then somehow Jaden only throws for one touchdown. There's 3 rushing touchdowns, but one goes to Bill and 2 go to like 2 random guys. Dallas, like I just can see it. I don't know. I can see both these teams scoring a lot, but I understand what you mean in both sides. Definitely DFS. I think there's someone here you have to play. And then the Cowboys,
I like Ferguson. He'll be $5,000 probably would be my bet. I like Ferguson. I that's how much I usually spend in my tight end each week, somewhere between 45 and 5,000. I don't go the 2,800 route, just hoping for a touchdown. I like Ferguson, and then on the Commanders, if you laid Jaden Daniels at quarterback, I would completely understand that. He's gonna be 6,800 probably.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
As Bijan goes, so go the Falcons.
I mean, honestly. This is Carl Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and this is my Stone Cold Lock of the Century. I'm not allowed to say.
I realize Atlanta's got to travel a long freaking way, but San Francisco is not good.
You want the spread, or do you want the line? Because that's this is where I was looking right here.
That's where I'm at too. I think Atlanta wins this game. If everything I've seen on paper is correct, this is going to tell me that Atlanta should win this game. Now I could be wrong, but I like Atlanta here.
The one thing I'll say, there's a chance that McCaffrey just goes off because the Falcons defense has looked suspect at times. And so if you wanted to spend up in daily for McCaffrey, I would get it. This would be the week to do it.
See, I'm with Gruden on this one. I completely disagree. I think the Atlanta Falcons defense is called the Blanks.
Oh my God!
No one's ever heard of them before, but they're a tough team to. Look how they played last week.
But it's up and down. That's my thing. Is like it could be McCaffrey could end up going off against this defense.
Not if a good defense only keys in on McCaffrey, I feel like he can't go off.
Okay, that's fair. I don't, but like,
then who's going to be you, Kendrick Bourne? And
they might be getting Kittle back this week.
In a limping Mac Jones or Blake Purdy, depending on who shows up this week.
I don't like.
At this point, just play Mac Jones. The dude deserves to start just because he keeps playing. Dude's hobbling on one leg, and they're like, "Yeah, you go out there instead of Blake."
My thing is like San Francisco keeps winning.
They didn't last week.
Oh yeah,
against a good team. They ran into a good NFC South team, and they got trucked.
But do you think the Atlanta Falcons are a good NFC South team?
They just beat the Bills, who are one of the highest power-rated teams in the NFL until they got
because Bijan Robinson. And so you got to answer, and that's my bet. I don't think it's a lock, but my bet is the Falcons money line because I think that Bijan does go off against this defense. Like, I think that's the key part that matters. But
that's the other main thing. This isn't the San Francisco 49ers defense that's elite. Like, you're hoping that somehow a game plan can be constructed that San Francisco can score over 30 points or 20 at least, 21.
But I'm with you as far as I'm just not. I don't think it's a lock. I didn't like. I have questions about the Falcons, and mostly it's this. In a game where Penix has to win the game, can he do that? And the answer is no, I don't think.
My entire play on this is very similar to how I'm playing the Chargers in Indianapolis. I think the Atlanta Falcons are proving they're a good team, and I think San Francisco is a wounded team that can outcoach bad teams, but when they run up against true talent like Baker Mayfield, they struggle.
Baker showed them the other side of there. Even without Ibuka, after Ibuka got hurt, it was like next man up. I was like, oh my God.
Baker can throw to anyone, man. It doesn't matter who it is.
I am not looking at speaking of. Oh,
I like Tampa here. I have us as a 2-point favorite. I don't know why we're getting so much love.
Why are we getting 5.5?
Because in fairness, Tampa's on Aiden Hutchinson should feast.
But I don't think it matters. Baker is made of iron.
It's not made of iron. It's about getting the ball off. Like if you have third, fourth, and fifth string wide receivers against, I guess, second string corners for the Lions and no safety, maybe you can find that work. But
here's what's going to make the difference, I think, in this game. Aleem McNeil's going to be back. He's going to be pairing with DJ Reader. It's not that the rookie has done poorly at all. The rookie's played actually really well. But they have a rotation now that they can establish. Aiden's going to get a lot more help. And Aiden played a great game against Kansas City. I don't know how that went under the radar.
I don't think the Lions played that poorly against Kansas City, which is probably why they're still holding 5.5 here. I think the market thinks they got just as screwed as we did. But at least to the point where it's not competitive.
Just that they got screwed. The Lions played a good, not great football game. And the reality is, you can't go into Kansas City and play just good football.
No.
So, my problem is, I
just think Tampa is an automatic buy if they're getting 3. Like Baker Mayfield getting 3 points against anyone, I just feel like he can catch anything.
I'm laying it here. I got to believe the Lions can win at home against a tough Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. I have to.
Yeah.
But do not be surprised. I'm going to check the price for Baker Mayfield because that secondary is bad. Because the Lions put pressure on Mahomes. Now, Mahomes is very hard to sack. So is Baker Mayfield. So if Baker puts up 300 yards against this defense in a losing effort.
Well, you got 52.5, so someone's expecting Baker to do pretty well.
Yeah. Now they're not going to be able to run the ball. Their backup, what's his name? White? Is that what it is? Rashad White?
But the Lions won't be either. I don't know if the Lions can run the ball in this situation either against
it'll
Vita
be just like it was in the playoff game, I think because I got to take a look at the line. I kind of like in my parlay, I would like Monty over 45 and I would like Gibby over 60, but you're not going to see one of them take over the game. It's going to be just like it was in the playoffs. It's going to be, and this might be an NFC Championship preview. I mean,
Maybe.
It could be.
Very well could be.
It's going to be a really good football game. I'm just so wary about the fact that, I mean, let's just say 0 starters in the secondary. Like, forget for a second that somehow Kirby Joseph keeps limping out there on the field. Let's just say 0 starters out there in the secondary. Let's just say it. Baker will eat that secondary alive.
Is Arnold going to be back? Not that helps, but
who?
Arnold?
No, Terry Arnold. I think he's out for 4 weeks.
Yeah,
they were worried he had like something serious, but I don't care that it's nobody out there at receiver. If the Lions don't get pressure on Baker, he will eat that secondary alive.
Oh yeah, that's the key. I mean, Baker's got to have less than 5 seconds back there.
You got to get back there. And Aiden so far, Aiden against Kansas City was the only one that got home. And, you know, he's still playing defensive MVP football. Good for Aiden. The problem is that Hassan did not show up on the other side. And when, just like 2 years ago, when Aiden doesn't get the help on the other side, quarterbacks have time to throw because if you looked, especially when they came out in the second half, all they did was wait to check at the line of scrimmage. Patrick Mahomes had to check at the line of scrimmage. What side is Aiden Hutchinson on? And then they just moved motion away from Aiden. And like, whether you're rolling or it's the play action to the opposite side of Aiden or whatever it is, the second you can get into that, it nullifies the pressure and it goes back to the secondary, which is so bad. So Hassan has to have a really good game. And I think that Aleem McNeil being on the field is going to help a ton with that. You know, yeah. I got to believe that him coming in, that's why they paid the man $32 million, right? Like, I got to believe that McNeil will have a lot of impact. So I hope they can get home against Baker.
I will say, I think on your DFS bingo card, I think you can put one of the backup Tampa Bay Buccaneers receivers on there and see who wins.
That's it. And they got two rookies. They got 2 different rookies that both caught 7 passes last week. Like, that's wild. Like, if Baker, like, has really resuscitated his career. I thought it was done after he was with Los Angeles, but yeah, kudos to him.
Onward, upward. And then our final game. Before our final game, I got a little Super Bowl cut-in for us.
Uh-oh.
Cerrar los ojos y piénsame. Yo estoy bebiendo y también quemé. Ella quiere un mensaje que diga ven. Yo me paso mirando ese culito en internet.
I have no idea who that woman is, but she's very attractive.
It's just a woman dancing to Bad Bunny. And I used a remix, so I couldn't get copyright struck. Here we are.
No copyrights.
No, the goal is just to play Bad Bunny at least once all the way until the Super Bowl because F everyone else.
Like I won't like every year. I won't tune into the.
I don't care about the halftime show. I never have. Like,
I've never seen so many guys have an opinion about a halftime show. But
you know what I do during the halftime show? Hope I won something gambling, and then I go buy a beer.
I check my square. I check my square. I get a beer, and I try to grab a little bit of food so I don't drink my dinner. There you go.
Exactly. Like I can't remember the last time I paid attention to 50 Cent was doing the crunches, and I was like, dude, you look old. Like,
I I can't believe people have an opinion about it, but it is what it is.
Yes, but because of that, there'll be Bad Bunny every week.
Hey, hopefully people learn some Spanish. Hablas español, necesito, pero tu vida. Todos los días hablas español, por favor.
Apparently, me and Neil are the only ones that think it's funny to see a slave driver on an episode. If I could, I would do it every episode.
I can't believe this spread isn't bigger. I mean,
I'm with you. We'll see. We'll see how they. I mean,
they're at home. They're at home. The Texans are extremely fallible. The Seahawks look like they're real. Their defense is playing great. They are running the absolute dog shit out of the football still. Seahawks win this game by a
entire
touchdown.
basis
-7
number. The entire basis of the number is the Texans' defense is solid. That's why it's under 41.5.
Yeah.
That's why I think if you like Seattle, you gotta like Seattle in the over, just in the sense that I think they play mistake-free football and score 21 points, if not 28. I guess Houston then has to match them, though. I don't know if Houston can score in this game.
Seahawks aren't turning the ball over ever. And their defense is opportunistic. Stroud looks suspect at times, sitting in the pocket, not comfortable. The timing of the receivers is off. I don't know if it's because last year was so difficult with all the injuries they had, but the timing looks off. They can't run the football. They don't have a running back. I'd like this. I could see this like being like a 28-13 game.
Yeah. I just like you said. I don't know. The only I want to do the over. Maybe it's like Seattle team total over because I just think Houston's offense is gonna create a lot of short fields for Seattle, if not really short fields on interceptions. And I just don't know if they're gonna hold up.
I gotta see the odds are. I gotta do deposit after the show. So what would $6,000 this week?
Jesus. Well, that's because you played a couple overs, I guess.
Yeah, $6,000 this week. That's how much.
As far as anything else, I think we're kind of in awards deadland right now. I think we have a favorite in every single place that's pretty unbeatable outside of probably Defensive Player of the Year, which I'm going to wait on.
I have my shares of Aiden, and I'm sticking with it. Offensive Player of the Year, I really have come to think that Jonathan Taylor is going to win that out. I don't see how. It'd have to be a complete collapse, right? It'd have to be a complete collapse for him not to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, which I guess the Colts are still very, capable of if they're not a good team, but I think they're a good team.
I think that for MVP right now, Patrick Mahomes has to be, and he is the favorite, but he has to be. I don't know anybody else that's playing the caliber of football in the NFL that is a quarterback right now, because every other quarterback looks. Josh Allen just laid an absolute egg, and I lost my fantasy matchup by 2 points because he didn't deliver.
Yeah.
I had a 79% chance of winning going into that game, and then I didn't win, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I didn't even bother watching it because I was like, "I got it."
I think I honestly like in the awards market the most right now is Vrabel 5-1 versus Steichen at 2-1. Just because the fact that because Steichen, right? If he has the Offensive Player of the Year, is he the Coach of the Year?
Should be.
Whereas
he's my favorite coach of the year.
13 games though, how is it not Vrabel?
Schedule. Colts are playing a tough schedule.
So all right, the awards makers they give Jonathan Taylor Offensive Player of the Year, and they give Mike Vrabel, who's never won. Well, has he won Coach of the Year? Steichen has.
I think that if you wanted a dark horse, just given last week against the Redskins, maybe or Commanders, you might want to potentially buy into Ben Johnson. I want to vomit saying that, but if they make the playoffs, Ben Johnson could legitimately win Coach of the Year.
So both of the leaders of Coach of the Year, Steichen and Vrabel, have both won it. Steichen more recently.
Okay.
Ben Johnson's 14-1. I don't think they'll win enough games.
It's hard.
I don't know.
The NFC North is the best division in football. It's going to be hard, right?
Like the Bears could very easily still go 0-2 against the Lions and the Packers, and then all right, you have 4 losses. You can't win. You're not going to win anymore.
Yeah,
especially now the losses they already have. Not going to work here anymore. If you know what I mean.
God, who's Seattle's coach? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Mike Macdonald.
I can't remember who Seattle's coach is, but
Mike Macdonald, right?
He should get love.
Mike Macdonald's 18-1.
He should get love if they go to the playoffs. Why not?
I think he'd have to win 12 games. I think they won 8 or 9 last year.
8 or 9.
Generally have to improve by 3 or 4 games to make it.
I think that I didn't like Seattle deserves a little bit of love in that. Granted, Sam Darnold will turn into a pumpkin again, don't worry. So I guess that's not necessarily the market, but
we didn't score yet.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Me, I took a beating.
If you had Warner for Defensive Player of the Year, you just lost last week because he's probably done for the season. I should say that.
This guy gets it. This guy gets it.
He gets it. There was a nasty injury for Fred Warner. So if you had shares of Fred Warner, he's done. That's it. I mean, I can't think of anything else unique. I don't like.
It's an interesting week. I have a fair amount of bets this week. I like a lot of numbers. I'm hoping this is the week that I break out of this slump of either intermittent to, okay. I'm not in a great
I gotta look at the lines for my
great
Lions.
week.
I gotta look at the lines for my Lions parlay just because it's gonna be a hard to read week. If they're smart, I think the game plan really should be to get Sam Laporta really involved, just like last week. He looked great. He looked great against, he caught that touchdown one-handed. He looked great against the Chiefs. Jameson got a little bit more involved. I think what was weird, they cut to Amon-Ra in the fourth quarter, and I've never seen Amon-Ra so disengaged from a game.
It's probably fine. I'm sure it was just something that's going on in the game itself.
I hope so. And he looked, I'm not kidding. When they cut to him, his face was just like this.
He just pissed off.
Maybe. I don't God, that guy keeps trucking along though. He did. He had 9 receptions again last week. Granted, only for 60 yards, but I think Laporta's got to be the key. So.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But I think we got some good games this week. It looks like it's gonna be. I think if you like college football, I think we're on 40 days of football.
40 days of football right now. Yeah, there's a football game every night. Maction tomorrow night. Get yourself some
Maction tomorrow night. As Dan knows, or as Smash knows, we love Maction in this side. A lot of Maction is Michigan smaller colleges, so it just really hits home between us and Ohio, which really is what the MAC is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's very Midwest.
And then obviously follow the Betting Bros, follow the Scene Snobs. Scene Snobs obviously getting after Halloween again.
Saturday they have a script read for a charity. They'll be Saturday, I think it's at 8:00. They'll be reading Die Hard 2, if I remember right.
Are you in on that one?
I can't, unfortunately. But big script read. They're trying to donate money to a drive-in. So if you got time this Saturday and you want to have some laughs, tune in 8 p.m. so that way they can help save a drive-in, which drive-ins should never die.
True story. It's right here. There it is. Sorry, I was looking on the wrong one. Darn, it's not a mirror. It's not a mirror. Keep telling yourself that.
It's not a mirror, dude. Now you can set it up to be a mirror, but it's not a mirror.
You can't. I don't know. It flips weird for me. But all right, with that, I think we've nailed everything as far as the games this week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next week.